Okay. And we are... Yeah, no, it's working. I don't know why it's not reflecting that on the mixer. That's very peculiar. Very peculiar indeed. Hello? Yeah, no, my mixer's not showing it. Digital mixer's showing it. Actual mixer's not. That's weird. Anyway, hope you guys can hear me. That'd be the important part. Yeah. We have Ikoria news to talk about. There is Ikoria, and there is news. And there is news about Ikoria. And I am here for it. So, of course, Ikoria is the brand new set from Magic, new standard set, coming out in May now. It was supposed to be in a few weeks, but due to, global pandemics, that won't be happening. But they've shown off a whole lot more critters, including more Godzilla critters, which is always important. So let's go through those. One, we finally know what King Caesar is going to look like. This fella. The weirdest Godzilla kaiju, like one of my least favorites. I still love him, but he's one of my least favorites. He's just that big old cat. He's that liger, which is fine. He's a 3/4 for 4. It's nothing to sneeze at. Honestly, this is one of those few times where, like, I can deal with him being a little lackluster. Much more importantly, is we finally get to see a couple more of our non-Godzilla critters. We have Nethrol, this fella here. He is a little terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to run into this guy in a dark alley at all. No. I mean, he's in, what is that? Abzan colors. He's got Death Touch. He's got Lifelink. But most importantly, that mutation ability. So if he mutates or something mutates into him or onto him or whatever, you could just suck up a whole bunch of critters from your graveyard, toss them out there. It's a little scary, to be honest. We have Gemrazor. Gemrazor's in. He looks really neat. It's a little 4-drop. 4/4 for 4 is nothing to sneeze at anyway. He's got Reach and Trample, which is nice. But of course, he mutates for 3. And just, he's a Disenchant on a stick, which is fun. It's fun. I'm not going to deny that. That's fun. There we go. Okay. We got Yadaro, and I was wondering what the real Yadaro looked like, because Japan had this spoiled as this is the one that Shin Godzilla is the alternate art for. So he's an 8/8 Trample Haste for 7, which isn't bad at all. He's a turtle, which is weird, having a hasty turtle. But sometimes them turtles, they gotta, hustle their bustles. So sure, why not? The fun part with him, though, is that you could just keep cycling him, and then you get him for essentially free. Nothing like a critter that cantrips 4 times. I mean, that's just fun. That's just neat right there. I don't know what else to add to that other than... Also, he's got that big shell. He's got that big pink spiky shell. Oh, he's a red turtle. That is a pink turtle. I know my color theory. That is pink. We got a big bird. Big old bird. Looks neat. We can make feathers, which is fun. And this is a weird way to do a phoenix, because this is a phoenix that can revive other phoenixes, which I kind of dig. I can see calling him Moltres. I could see that. I'm surprised they didn't pick this one for Rodan. They went with the one that makes no sense. We officially have the real card for Mothra, Luminous Broodmoth, which the alt art is Mothra. It lets your guys who die turn into guys who fly, unless they already flew, and then they just die. That rhyme fell apart there. It's fine. It's fun. I can deal with it. Next up, though, Migration Path. Look at this. Just look at it. That right there is basically a cultivate with cycling. That right there has just replaced all cards, or all needs for a cultivate. If you're going like, oh man, should I pick cultivate or Kodama's Reach or Migration Path? You pick Migration Path. Alright, maybe you still pick cultivate. I don't know. You do you. But I think that one's very impressive. I think it's very nice. I like it. We do have this big old Sharky boy. But that's the Japanese one. America, we got to look at his showcase art first. He gets to counter spells. This is the Counter Shark. 5 mana, flash, so you can cast him like a counter spell. Shows up, counters a creature or enchantment spell, because he ate your bigger boat. That's how he works. And he's a Megalodon. He's a big countering Megalodon, and I love him. Also, it's the return of the shark creature type. Sharks have been fish for too long. They are once again sharks. Look at that. We have this one, Dire Tactics, which is a human tribal card. It's an exile, but if you don't have a human, it's worse. If you have a human, it's great. I was wondering how they were going to do human tribal. Here we are. This is neat. So MTG Goldfish actually popped this one out. Also, I didn't mention it earlier, Numont the Nummy was the one who got Migration Path. Maybe one set, 2 scoops will have its own preview card. I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll get there. We got Back for More. It's Back for More. Yeah. Shows up. Bring back a critter that died. It gets to fight. You had something fun that died. It was big. Shows up, stomps over everything. That is how kaiju work. And the question that's been on everybody's mind is, how are humans going to be useful? The Command Zone got to show us that with Valiant Rescuer. Humans seem to care about cycling. That might not be the case, but they seem to care about cycling. And that's pretty neat, honestly. I like that cycling is kind of the humans thing. As you throw things into the bin, they get to do stuff. So like this guy, you cycle, you get an extra human. They made him a blade instead of a bear, so you can't make any bear jokes about him. Oh well. The Mythoses I'm really digging, because they are modular 3-color cards. If you cast them as a 1-color card, or as a 2-color card, they do the first part. If you cast them as their 3-color variant, they do the rest. Which is very, very nice. And they're all cave paintings by Seb McKinnon. And Seb McKinnon's a fantastic artist. I think nobody needs to hear that, but it's true. He does fantastic work. There's always a level of whimsy to his art. And when I found out he was doing cave paintings, oh my god, I love this. I love the whole Mythos cycle. There's a couple more coming up. This is beautiful. I was like, look at this. For 2 and a red, 5 damage, divided as you want. It's a splittable lava axe, sure. But if that 2 was a white and a blue, so if I cast it instead for white, blue, red, until your next turn, those permanents can't attack or block, and their activated abilities can't be activated. I get a temporary pacifism? Yes, please. Next up, face-to-face game. Oh, sorry, Merchant put up Mythos of Vardok. They got to show this one off. Skull Prophet here comes from face-to-face games. He's better Llanowar dead. That's what he's a better Llanowar dead. Like, Llanowar dead is in my cube, and this guy might replace Llanowar dead. That's what he is. He's not a zombie or an elf, which hurts a little. He's a human druid, but he's fine. It's a 3/1 for 2 that I can tap for more black and more green. That's good. It's all good. Wizards showed off this fella. This is General Kudrow. This is one of the commander cards' father, I think. Yeah, that sounds right. He's a human lord. It's kind of nice to have another human lord that's not from Innistrad. Which, this is another plane where human lords make sense. And he's also a aristocrat. He's killing off people. Look at me right there. Pay 2 and sack to destroy a creature with power 4 or greater. I can just send 2 dudes on a suicide mission, kill them off, and kill a big dude. It's great. We have Heroine from Star City Games. Sorry, Heron. Heron from Star City Games. 3/4 for 5, not too shabby. Mutates for 4. Flying, and when it mutates, draw a card. It's a burb. This one's Articuno, but without the freezing. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, Fertilid's back. The old Fertilid was a bug-looking elemental. This one looks more like a deer. So, we've had this before, where elementals and sapperlings and such look different on different planes, and this is kind of neat. I like him as a deer. Gives me a bit of a Princess Mononoke vibe, which I'm cool with. He's a 2/2 for 3 that he works really well in multiplayer games, actually, because you can like leverage his power and toughness to be ramp, which is very nice. And of course, with Proliferate currently in Standard, this guy is a lot stronger than he looks, because all I need to do is Proliferate and pay 1 and a green, and I have more lands. Fantastic. We have this Harvester dude. He's a big old bug. Big nightmare bug. In fact, I think this is the nightmare bug from the trailer. And when he mutates, things have to die. I love it. I don't normally play black, but I love it. The Hemophage, Death Touch, which is not what I expect on something that drinks blood. That's normally lifelink, but I'll take it. When it mutates, it gets me life, which is where it's a Hemophage. But the Death Touch makes sense. I just think lifelink also would make sense here. But oof. Oh. So like the first time it mutates, it's not great. But if you're in a pure mutation deck, yeah, you're going to get a lot of stuff out of him. We have a couple more. Oh, the last 3 were all from Star City games as well. As is this next one, the Cavern Whisperer. He's an evil little bastard. He mutates, makes people discard cards, and he has Menace. It's fine. Then we have this guy from Cool Stuff Inc., which is... I don't like him. He's a corpse dude. It's very corpsey. And he's there for aristocrats, and the more I sacrifice... he lets me tutor by sacrificing. And then sacrificing makes him stronger. So it's 2 mana for a 1/1. But if I play him late in my game, I could have like a 10/10 easily. Especially with Golgari and Undergrowth stuff currently in Standard. He's a little scary. Now Polo Vito Demo de Rosa. Got to show off this. Boon of the Wishgiver. Draw 4 cards. Cycle for 1. So if I have 6 mana, I get to draw 4 cards. If I only have 1, I get to draw 1. That's not bad. That's also, it's not terrifying. That is another good advantage. Kristen Hauk got to show off Dranith Magistrate. Just stops you from casting spells anywhere. Look at this. Look at this. Makes everyone go, no, I guess I can't cast that. Sorry. Ooh, I love it. Brainstorm Brewery got to show off Channeled Force. Narset is back. She's casting red spells now. Which kind of makes sense, because she used to be the head of the Jeskai, and so her suddenly remembering the old timeline before Sarkon's time travel shenanigans, giving her red back makes a lot of sense to me. Gotta stay hydrated. Alright. We have another Mythos. We have Snapdax's Mythos. This one's really, really neat. Everyone gets to keep 1 of each permanent type that is not a land. All their lands get to stay. They only get to keep 1 of everything else. But if I make it black, red, and white, I get to pick what they keep. Sorry, buddies, you only get to keep your stupid little schmuck things. Ha 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 ha. Winged Terron, he could be hexproof or flying. I guess if he's walking on the ground, he blocks his face with his wings? I don't know. Hey look, it's a Silvertooth Fox. It's a Blade of the Sixth Pride. It's just a kitty. Yay, kitty. He's fine. He's fine. Those were all from Wizards. This one was from Gabriel Nassif. Reconnaissance Mission. Whenever whenever a creature you control deals damage to a player, you may draw a card, or you can cycle it. That's not bad at all, actually. That's actually really nice if you're in an aggressive position. Phased Dolphin, whenever it attacks, another creature can't be blocked. This is a better version. Oh, I didn't put up the Phased Dolphin. This one's from Wizards. This is a better version of Aerial Guide, and I love Aerial Guide. This... Ooh. Now, the difference is the Phased Dolphin can still be blocked. But this is a twist on an Aerial Guide or a Pegasus Courser. I love those designs. And it's a nice dolphin. He's just friendly. Looks like he's got a little buddy strapped to his tummy. Because that's how he's helping you phase. Next up is a Flourishing Fox. Look at this fox. Look how much it's flourishing. Its crops are well. Its face is hydrated. Everything's great. It's a 1/1. Whenever you cycle, you got to put a +1/+1 counter on it. This guy is your cycling card. He is there for cycling, and he will get bigger the more you cycle. So every time you cycle, he gets to become bigger. He goes in white weenies with cycling so easily. And I'm hoping there's a white weenies with cycling deck. Neutralize. It's counterspell and cycle. Counterspell and cycle. That's what it is. It's a little better than Censor. I'll take it. Hey, look, another Mythos. This one's Nethroi. The horrible, terrifying critter from earlier. Destroy an online permanent if it's a creature, or if you spent green-white. So any non-land destroyed. It's slightly better than a murder, but also slightly worse than a murder, because you're not paying the extra black. Good. Not as good against land creatures, because land creatures are also lands, so Nissa's Elementals and Dryad Arbor and all them, they're safe from this dude. But anything else, he can eat robots, he can eat your elves. It's great. It's great. Also, look at this dude. He's got little friends. He's a proud wild bonder. And he helps your tramplers. And this guy got to be shown off by our good friend Young Mage. Oh, backing up. The Fox was from Eyes on the Mize. Neutralize was Channel Fireball. Mythos was Seb McKinnon himself, the artist. This one was from Young Mage. This is really, really neat. Also, in the possibility Rhino's watching this. Hey, Rhino, how you doing? Call of the Death Dweller from Raphael Levi, which this is just pull people back from the dead. One of them gets Death Touch, one of them gets Menace. It's mean. It's mean. You get a little Menace guy and a little Death Touch guy. Or you can get one reasonably sized Death Touch Menace guy. And then also, look at this cool spider. The Glowstone Recluse. Whenever it mutates, it gets 2+1/+1 counters. This is a guy you want to target with Mutate. That's what he is. It's who you want to target. It's right there. Here's his normal art. It's not as good. These are both from Attack on the Geek. Next one's from Alias V. Trampling Gnar. Mutating guy, whenever he mutates, you get Boars, which I kind of love. Normal art is here. I love the normal art. Look at it's a nice tiger deer. Who doesn't want to pet the tiger deer? I want to pet the tiger deer. Lad Bible got to show off Cheville, Bane of Monsters. He's a 1/3 legendary with Death Touch for 2. And we get to say, like, when that thing is destroyed, we get a benefit. Which is just fantastic. Aha. It was not the important message I was hoping to get. It was an important message, but not as important. IGN got to show off Death's Oasis. It's an enchantment. It's full of death. It's just, oof. You get to pull back cheaper critters, which is nice. It's a consolation prize for if something dies. A bit of self-mill, but there's been a lot of self-mill in Standard lately, so that's fine. And then meanwhile, Good Games and Infinity Games got to show off Archipelagor. which Chrome is not letting me drag. There it is. Big old 7/7 for 7 with mutate for 6, which isn't too bad. When it mutates, you get to tap things. I'll take it. More of those legendary humans. This one's from PC Games N. 2/3 for white and a black. Legendary humans you have indestructible. This is going to go really well in that humans deck, and a lot of humans deck are going to abuse this guy. And I believe there's a few spells that make something legendary, like On Sarah's Wings. So I can put an On Sarah's Wings on this guy, and he becomes indestructible, on top of the Vigilant and Flying and +2/+2. And that fits very well into a Pioneer deck, if I ever saw one. Let's do it. GameSpot got to show off this fella. One of the few times I see him mutate is more expensive than the cost. But that's because you get to keep exiling things and then get instant permanence onto the battlefield. I love it. Now, personally, I think this is one I cast from hand, because he's still a 6/6 for 5. And then I mutate on top of him. That's just me. Lords of Limited got to show off the beautiful crystals of Indatha. So Indatha, better than Abzan. Right there. Look, these are just pretty. Ketria, which is replacing Temur. I shouldn't say replacing. We could still use the con names, but the cons are gone. The triomes are staying, is my understanding. Raghurin, which is the same as Jeskai. Savai, which is the same as Mardu. Oh my god, that is just beautiful. And Zagoth, which is the same as Sultai. But look, that crystal looks like a bird, and I love it. These are such pretty crystals. And you can order now from your local game store because they need the support. Then we have Blood Curdle, which is 1 more mana than a murder, but I get to murder, and I get to make something have menace forever. And that's nice. The weird one one's a promo. Okay. Sorry. Let me double check. Yeah, so Limited Resources got to show off Blood Curdle. And they also got to show off Shredded Sails. Destroy an artifact, deal 4 damage to a creature with flying, cycle 2. Those are some good choices. And then this one, which was shown off by Kotaku, Colossification. Look at that kitty. And I love the flavor text. Turns out the case of the Flattened Outpost and the case of the Missing Kitten were related. +20/+20. You only have 20 life. This thing is I'm going to beat you now. That's what it is. You put on an artifact creature, like, say, Partick Wanderer, and you have a Voltaic Servant out, you win. You win. You're done. You won. Now, like, there's also this one with the weird caterpillar thing, but I think we can all agree Kitty Cat, 100% better. They showed off a couple more yesterday that we didn't get to show off because they showed them off after we stopped the transmission. For example, Crystalline Giant, who is Mechagodzilla if you're in Japan, and only in Japan, which sucks because I want him to be Mechagodzilla here. It's just perfect. We have Dirge Bat. Actually, no, still look at Crystalline Golem. Oh my goodness, I love him. It's a big crystal golem. He could be a flyer, a first striker, a death touch, a hexproof, a life linker, a menace, a reach, a trample, a vigilance, or just stronger. And you get to change that every combat. I love it. We have this bat. Flying, flash, mutate. Whenever it mutates, destroy a creature or planeswalker. I know I haven't been showing a lot of the foreign cards, but look at that Mechagodzilla art. Look at it. Marvel at it. It's amazing. We also got Mysterious Egg, which is going to be the Mothra of the set. Dirge Bat is going to be Batrax, I think his name is, the evil Mothra. Mysterious Egg is not Mothra, it's Mothra's Cocoon. Sorry, let me rephrase that. And then we have this guy, who does not get a King Kong art, but he's King Kong. This is clearly King Kong. He's a Titan ape, and I love him. And there's just so many of these. Like, I was so sad that we're not going to get a Space Godzilla. We're still getting BioQuartz Space Godzilla. I want both, because I love Space Godzilla. But he's here, and I love him. And even his normal form is this Princess Mononoke-looking dude. Like, I could have horrible, terrifying critter and giant beast, and I love both. Or this little cute baby dragon. He's this big. I want the little cute dragon. Who wouldn't? Because he's also this guy. He's great. And there is that green Godzilla. He's right here. Primeval Champion. So we got Godzilla in solid green, in solid red, and red-green. All across the board. And a baby Godzilla. He's technically Polywog symbiote. But look at him. He's a 1/3 that makes your creatures cheaper. And hey, we even have another Seb McKinnon art for Essence Scatter. There's so many cool cards in this set. I'm so excited. Oh, and then of course this guy. Yeah, Umori. I'm totally down to clown with Umori. It's just a big old glob. I think he would want to hang out with Slimefoot, except he couldn't because he wouldn't do very well in a Thalids deck. Okay, so that's really all we're going to talk about with Ikoria, because I don't see any new cards yet. I'm going to refresh real quick, see if anything new popped up. I lied, there's some new stuff. Let's get on these before anyone else, because this is live. Alt art for Cloud Piercer. Really neat. Alt art for Moltres. He's not really Moltres, but we're going to call him that, because why not? And Destroya gets to be one too. Yeah, Destroya. I mained him in Destroy All Monsters Melee as a kid, so I love him. Shin Godzilla is Godzilla Doom Inevitable. He's that turtle, as you can see by it saying Dinosaur Turtle. But I love him, and I want him. Alt art for Gem Razor. Just breathe it in. So good. There's an alt art for Colossification, but it's just the borderless of the kitty cat, so eh. We have Anguirus. We finally know what Anguirus does. He's a 4/4 with Reach and Trample. When he mutates, yeah, he's Gem Razor. He's just Gem Razor, but it's fine. Nethroi. Weird, creepy dude in the cave. This one is the same as this one, and he is terrifying. With his little... You know what he looks like? He kind of looks like that creepy moose monster from that Swedish horror movie Freyr hates. The Ritual. Yeah. Yeah, this one's the Ritual art. If I really wanted to mess with Freyr, I'd get them this art, but I'm not that mean. We have a dinosaur. We have Labyrinth Raptor. It's a nightmare dinosaur. And I think everyone agrees it's going to be called Clever Girl. That's the only name we can give it. There's a promo for Sprite Dragon that just looks cooler. That's all it is. It's just bling. And of course, the best thing of this is that Nethroi, Mr. Creepy Ritual Monster, is also Biolante, who was the opposing monster in my first ever Godzilla movie. So I'm very excited for them. Yay. Alright, so that's all the new Ikoria news that I know of. Oh, and then I guess there's something, we mentioned it for a moment yesterday, but more details have come out, and I can 100% see why this is the case. And everyone else is talking about him, so we're going to talk about him, and it's Lutri. Lutri is banned in Brawl and Commander now. Just gone. You cannot play with this adorable otter, and most people are only sad because Lutri is an adorable otter. But it's basically an auto-include in Commander. And I came to find out the way I'd been doing wishes in Commander was a house rule that I learned from somebody else. It's not official, but it's very similar to what Pleasant Kenobi suggested of make this take up a side in a wish board. We always had that wish boards were 10 cards, but apparently his idea is wish boards should be 3 cards, which is honestly probably better. But yeah, Lutri taking up a spot in your wish board makes so much more sense. But as it is, it's banned. It's banned forever. You can't play Lutri. Screw you. No Lutri for you. Canlander, he is technically not banned, but Companion does not work in Canlander because there is no wish board and there is no sideboard. And due to that, Lutri can't use his Companion ability. So he's fine there. He's actually a little weak there. Due to the legend rule. Side effect from Ikoria, not side, and aside from Ikoria is that the Magic Arena sealed cube is out. We have the list. It's pretty impressive. There's a couple of older cards that were from Historic in there. My good old friend Brain Maggot is in there. He's fun. So if you go play sealed cube, you can play with all of these cards. You can play with Blackblade Reforged. Baron Moore is in it, so that's neat. A lot of good choices. Tendershoot Dryad, so that tells me there's going to be a Saprolings deck in there somewhere. It's all great. That one's pretty straightforward. It's just go and play some Sealed Cube. Just have fun. So we're at the end of the episode. That means we get to do a Crack-a-Pack and add to our Crack-a-Pack Cube, which when this goes up on YouTube, we will have the link in the doobly-doo. For all of you live in the chat now, the Cracked Cube list is currently right here. I am adding it to the chat at the moment. Boop. There it is. If you're on YouTube, just go check the doobly-doo. And this is every pack we have opened on a 2 scoops. That's how this works. So we're going to open a new pack, and oh, we rolled a 20. We've been waiting for a 20. And that 20 is Conspiracy, I believe? Or is it Conspiracy Take the Crown? Let's see. It is Original Conspiracy. Ooh. Fancy, fancy. And I will replace this pack in the box in a moment. But for now, let's open up. Let's load in Conspiracy wherever that went. Where did Conspiracy go? It's on the list somewhere. Come on, Conspiracy, where did you go? Oh, there was multiplayer formats. Conspiracy. Loading in. Continuous recognition on. Let's roll. Bit of an old pack here, but that's not a bad thing. Ooh, this one's exciting. Okay. Throw that pack away, the wrapper away, not the whole pack. And, hey, remember how everyone was complaining about cardboard warping? It apparently happens in packs, too. Look at that. Look at that. That is already bent. Ugh. Anyway, first we have up... Come on, load. You gonna load for me? Silver Chase Fox. It's a Felidar Cub. It's 2/2 for 2. That you can... Actually, it's a little worse than Felidar Cub, because you have to pay for it again to kill the enchantment. Felidar Cub, you just need to sack. But hey, he's a fox. That's fine, I guess. We have Dream Fracture, which is a little worse than Cancel, honestly, because you and your opponent get to draw a card. But it makes more sense in a multiplayer format. So, sure. And then we have this fella, the Courier Hawk. He looks neat. He's fine, I guess. I'm not great with flyer strategies, so I'm probably not the best person to judge that. Wrap in Flames. The main reason for this is to kill off chumps and to make it so things can't block. That's fine. Why not? Hey, it's a Torch Fiend. And he is good at killing artifacts, I guess. So that's fine. I feel that's a reprint from Innistrad. Now we have Savala's Enforcer, one of the first original cards from this, with Partly. Each player reveals top card of his or her library for each non-land card revealed. Put a +1/+1 counter on Savala's Enforcer. Then each player draws a card. So everyone gets the card they show off when they parley with him, and he has a chance to get bigger. He is currently my pick if we're in Conspiracy. And hey, Typhoid Rats. They're fine. They're fine rats. And Plummet, which is a sideboard card if I ever saw one. Siphon Soul. Deals 2 damage to each other player. It's 2 and a black. Gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. And it's got Phage in the art, so that's not... I like Phage. Phage is a neat character. Thank you, Seaberry. I'm trying my best with this. I figure this is my job at the moment. showing people Magic cards, both new and old. Also, playing Minecraft sometimes. Rapid Vigor. Ew, Regenerate. I mean, Regenerate's a fine mechanic. I just hate Regenerate. It's one of those mechanics that doesn't make sense to me inherently, and I always mess it up. So, ew, Regenerate. Now we're in our uncommons. We have Woodbine Elemental, Trample and Parley, and I'm thirsty. 1 second. Trample and Parley. When it attacks, everyone reveals the top card of their library. For each non-land card revealed this way, attacking creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Then each player draws a card. Parley, I'm more fond of the card draw, because that's the downside of Parley. But you always have an additional benefit. Then we have here the Galvanic Juggernaut. I'm so glad I got the card reader working again. Attacks each turn if able, doesn't untap. Whenever another creature dies, you untap it. This is an Innistrad reprint. We have Gamekeeper. Ooh. Ooh, what? The rest of this pack just got neat. 1 moment. Ooh. Gamekeeper, 2/2 for 4. Eh. When it dies, you get to exile it. If you do, reveal the top card of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card onto the battlefield. And put all other cards revealed this way into your graveyard. Thank you so much for the bits, Seaberry. It means a lot to get like bits and subs and such from you guys. And that's part of the reason I like doing live shows for Two Scoops, even though it's still mostly a pre-recorded format. I do appreciate having the audience there. Now, our first of 2 rares. That's right, we got 2 rares in this pack. Reign of the Pit. Each player sacrifices a creature, put an XX black demon creature token with flying onto the battlefield, where X is the total power of the creatures sacrificed this way. The fact that this is going into our Crack-a-Pack cube just made me so excited to play black in that thing. Oh boy. Because all you gotta do is wait for somebody to have like their big fancy dude that they want to keep forever. Slam this down. It's gone. I have something better. Ha 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 ha. This might have just become my pack one, pick one. But then we also have Ether Searcher. Reveal it as you draft it. Reveal the next card you draft and note its name. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your hand and or library for a card with the name you noted as you drafted cards named Aether Searcher. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. If you searched your library this way, shuffle it. So, this dude could be very, very helpful. If there were more of them, it would be super helpful. I love this guy too. The fact that these two are both going to be in our Crack-a-Pack cube is amazing. Super happy about that. Yeah, I'm just ecstatic on that front. So, that's going to be great. That message was the message I was waiting for. So, a reminder to all of you that everything we do here is brought to you by you through your support on Twitch, your support on Patreon, or your support at our Teespring store. All those links are in the doobly-doo down below. Please feel free to help us if you so wish. Especially because for the next month, this is basically all I got going. So expect a lot more streams. But yeah, this is all thanks to you guys. And if you want us to be able to keep doing this super often, your support means the world. Hope you all have a great afternoon. I'll be back later with a card creation stream, making up for yesterday's lack of one, and maybe something else on the side. But I need to go deal with a box by my door that's very important. So I hope you all have a fantastic day.